Just wondering if anybody out there wants to come hang out, chill out here, or whatever. I'll just wait a few minutes. If nobody shows up, then I'll end it. But just want to see if anybody might be out there. Trying to figure out what else to do today. I need to do laundry, but I'm going to wait. Yeah, let's see what to talk about. Not sure. I know it's, what time is it? Oh, it's 1:49. Just an impromptu live stream. If anybody wants to talk about something, come on. Yeah, I have a variety of hats because I don't like my hair. Gave myself a haircut, but it's like, thought about getting a buzz cut, but nah, not in the winter. Well, I'm just going to wait a couple more minutes. If nobody pops in, then I'll stop. Just so I check and see who might be out there. See one. Hey, Martin. Hey, how's it going? Hola, Khadijah. Just checking to see. Good to see somebody here. I don't know that name, how to pronounce that name. Hello, India. Where are you from, Khadijah? What? I don't know what that means. Oh. Anybody want to talk about anything? Got questions or whatever? Comments? Hey, Martin. I don't have any food torture right now. Well, I could talk about those blueberries. Holy crap, they're so fat, blueberries. Yeah. Martin. Yeah, I wonder who in the chat is vegan besides Martin and I. Any other vegans? Oh, and that diet cheesecake, the key lime is good. It says 3 servings, so it's not a big cheesecake, but I make it last longer. Don't need a big piece. bought a few more things yesterday because trying to kind of stock up a little bit on stuff because who knows with the current situation here, as I call it, a situation. Don't know what the next day is gonna bring. Yeah, any other vegans here? Let us know. I did get a sweet potato. When I bake it, I like to cut little pieces out and stick garlic in it. Got some fresh spinach. I guess there aren't any other vegans here, Martin. Hello from in India there. Are you vegan? Sun's out here. We had snow yesterday, and now the sun's out. But I do need to go do laundry later at the end of the week, maybe Friday. Did anybody listen to Sky when he was on that radio show last night? Sky and Crystal Heath were on a channel in Texas, the radio. He had the link. I listened to them both. Exactly, Martin. I mean, because the dairy and egg industry is vile, horrible. What happens to those animals is disgusting. I don't know what that means, Balvier. Yeah, it was in his community post. He posted a link so you could go back and listen to it. I was listening last night. Him and Crystal were on for almost an hour. I was just feeling kind of bored a little bit. I know I got stuff around here to do, but sometimes you just don't feel like doing anything. Do a little bit here and there. I don't even know what that message means. What is that? I'm waiting to see if any trolls show up. They didn't last time, Sunday. Maybe they won't. Who knows? You know, when you're ready for trolls, they don't show up. I just been feeling kind of stressed out because of what's been going on here. Worrying about what's going to happen with other countries, and I don't blame Canada and Mexico and China for clapping back with tariffs on stuff. What needs to happen, they need to invoke the 25th Amendment, which, for those of you who may not know, means that the person is not fit to be president, whether because of physical health or mental health. And with Trumpler, or Shitler as I call him, it's both. He's not fit to run this country. He couldn't even run a marathon. Why can't he can't run a country? So they need to get him out. Well, anybody want to talk about anything? I mean, any questions, comments, whatever? I think this is going to be a short stream as opposed to the last two. I know, Martin, I try not to. That's why I'm like trying to take it easy, breathe in, breathe out, drink water, and was listening to some relaxing music. Because sometimes I feel like a tense little ball of something. I can't believe how ignorant and stupid people were to vote for Shitler. It's mind-boggling. Some people think he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, it's hard not to worry though, because I'm on a fixed income. I'm on disability. It may not be apparent to some people because not all disabilities are visible. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I had tried to get work before. Oh my God, Martin, that sounds delicious. Broccoli, potatoes, and seitan burgers. Yum. Yeah, you need to start posting food torture. Like, Sky's the one that started it, though. I'm just following in his trail. Oh, leeks are good. Go take a leak. Yeah, we need to start a food torture channel. Yeah, right, Mart. He's the king of torture. Yeah, because like I said, he's the one that started posting all those delicious looking food that him and Karina make, or that he was eating in those hotels when he was driving the Hell on Wheels chicken truck. I think PETA has in their merchandise, it's a small version of the pig truck, like the chicken one, only with pigs. I don't know how much that costs, but I'm not gonna send for it because gotta watch the moolah, the dough. Gotta be very careful. I gotta monitor myself more with my spending. Not that I spend a lot, but here and there, little bits here and there, it all adds up. That's why I can't make too much of a donation on Sky's channel. Oh, let's leave that to Jackie Boyle. She brings the money and I bring the funny. I have frozen broccoli. I don't know what I'm having for supper later on. Oh, last night I had a vegan sausage, field roast brand. It was apple and sage. I know, that's great. She does. That's good. She helps keep his channel running and other people that do donate too. Ugh. I do have this sound soother. I bought it a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago now. It has all these different sounds. Wait a minute, where? The ocean. Forest. Rain. Then there's one called Relax. I think Relax is the one that you feel like you're in a spaceship. Yeah, too bad Jackie wasn't here. Calm, and then white noise. I use that sometimes at night to help. Yeah, like my and this is an old joke. Horse walks into a bar. Bartender says, "Why the long face?" The horse says, "Hey, what do you mean? It's the only one I got." That's another thing. Anybody got any jokes here? I think. I'm surprised it's not the eye rolling emoji. But yeah, broccoli and potato is a good combination. Along with the seitan burgers, yum. That's all right, Martin. I like puns too. Fresh baked puns or stale puns, they're all good. Trying to think of something else. Yeah, seitan and tofu are fire. Because so versatile too. Yeah, like recently, yesterday I posted those different videos of the animals. They were always one of my favorites. Yeah, Eric Bird, they were an amazing group. All those great songs like House of the Rising Sun. We Gotta Get Out of This Place. And then when he joined War with Spill the Wine and Slipping into Darkness and all those great songs. Sky Pilot. Looking forward to getting China Beach on DVD so I can add it to my collection. Supposed to be here by next Monday, if not sooner. You did? Oh my God, that's awesome. Spill the tea, or spill the wine. Where, when, all that stuff. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Was he nice? Oh. That's really cool. Yeah. A long time ago, I met this group called Red Rockers. They had a hit back in the 80s with China and some other songs, but they played at a local club in New Haven, Toad's Place. Well, that's great. I know there's so many people I wish I could see in concert like that. A long time ago, I tried to play guitar, but didn't really have the knack for it. I'm more into writing, as you know, with the poems and whatnot. That's my thing. In the background there, you can see some of my books. That's only a small fraction of what I have. Books about Ireland and music on that shelf. Got more books in the spare room here. Yeah, because a friend of mine was teaching me. He was back then, like I'm talking like 40 years ago now. Yikes. He was a DJ at University of New Haven, and we became friends, and I used to go out to his house in Guilford, bring my guitar. I used to be able to carry the guitar in one hand and the amp in the other, and go upstairs like that. Now I'm lucky I can get myself up the stairs. Never mind carrying something else, especially heavy equipment. And I can't carry a tune. Like I was saying, not even with a fleet of U-Haul trucks. I wouldn't subject anybody to that anyway. I do sing along sometimes to songs, but that's in the privacy of my own home. Lost touch with that friend, but he could play any instrument. Because he had been way back when he was in a band called Radium, and they played at Toad's Place once. Yeah, same here. Maybe karaoke if somebody else was singing, but no. Can't sing, can't dance. The only thing I could do is maybe the twist. No, I know. What I guess because this was just impromptu. Didn't post that I was going to go live, just sort of spur of the moment type of thing. But that's okay. It's fun anyway. As far as dancing goes, I'm all thumbs. Got 2 left feet. Yeah, they left. Can't sing or dance, but I can write. Like these fan fictions. I started some a long time ago. Ha! Like my Star Wars fan fiction. Started it probably 30 years ago. I don't know if it's ever going to end. Then I did one, the original Battlestar Galactica. Got a fan fiction of that. My Gotham one. Tried to do a Sons of Anarchy one, as well as Game of Thrones, but those are kind of, I don't know. Then there's original stories. I wrote a few of those. Like an original vampire story. Oh yeah, the original trilogy. I liked, in the prequels, I liked Revenge of the Sith. I liked the prequels too, because Darth Maul. In fact, someone I used to know deleted everything from YouTube and their everything about a year and a half ago. Used to have a lot of fun. I used to admire his shorts of him doing lightsaber spinning. One time he threw the lightsaber up in the air. He was outside in his backyard, and it spun 5 times before he caught it. He met Ray Park, who played Darth Maul, when he was on someone else's live stream. He showed a picture of him and Ray Park. Yeah, I hope Eamon Fate's okay, because that had been his name, because he used to do Dungeons and Dragons. And but Eamon Fate is such a cool name for a Jedi, Jedi Master. Like I said, don't know what happened to him. Hope he's okay. Just like Vegan for Kindness, Cam. I don't know what happened to him either. Just disappeared. Yeah, I prefer the original trilogy and then the prequels. The sequels, I saw them. I love Rogue One is a great movie, because it was like set right before the original trilogy. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Cam. It's like it was fun on his live streams when he'd go away and come back, and Baz would be there, and those other characters he did. Let's just hope he's okay. Sometimes it can be overwhelming dealing with trolls and just dealing with this dystopian world. Oh, I hope not. I hope he stayed vegan. And that's one thing, I can't imagine going back to eating flesh or dairy or eggs. I'd rather, I like the wide variety of plant-based milks and that just egg I get to make my omelets, and of course tofu scrambles. Yeah, let's hope he, didn't go to that dark side. Like that Aim and Fate I was talking about, he's the one that's told me one time that I deserve the name Skywalker more than Rey does. Well, I figured because I did that because I was there for the first movie. Been a fan since the get-go, like they say. Because I didn't want to use my actual last name on here. That's right, Martin. Anybody that goes back to eating those things were never vegan in the beginning. They were just plant-based temporarily. Just like I always check clothing labels to make sure there's no, the obvious things are fur and leather and wool. But I mean, there's less obvious things like silk, of course, down, like what is beef? What the hell is beef? I think a lot of non-vegans can't even spell correctly. But mohair, cashmere, and angora, I always make sure there's none of that. In clothing and shoes, always make sure there's no leather. Because wearing dead skin is disgusting. Just like eating dead animals is disgusting. Well, then you're not vegan, Henry. Why aren't you vegan? It's easy to choose kindness over killing. And animals are not food either. Cows are cows. They're not beef. They're not steak. They're not whatever. They're cows. Just like pigs are not ham or bacon or any of the other stuff they make out of their body parts. Yeah, eating animal flesh is disgusting because all the cruelty involved, forcibly breeding them into existence just to kill them, makes absolutely no sense. There's no justification for it. It's like a friend of mine would say, oh, it's personal choice. Yeah, personal choice ends when there's a victim. And if you eat animal flesh and secretions and eggs, then you're supporting rape, theft, and murder. Because they have to rape the cows and the pigs, artificially inseminate them. That's rape. They don't consent to it, so it's rape, plain and simple. So I asked the question, why aren't you vegan, Henry? I know, it's disgusting, and no matter how many times I tell her, I've told her that more than once. Personal choice ends when there's a victim. I mean, with that mindset, then it's okay if somebody wants to rape somebody. If it's wrong to rape and steal and murder humans, then it should be wrong to do the same thing to other animals and enslave them. So I ask again, Henry, why aren't you vegan? It's not that hard. There's plenty of alternatives to everything. Because those animals don't want to die. That's because they're forcibly bred into existence. If people stopped buying their flesh and secretions and eggs, they need to stop forcibly breeding them into existence. There's no need for that. Their lives are way shortened because bovines can live into their 20s and 30s, but for the most part, they're just a few years old. That is no excuse, Henry. Don't you understand what I just said? They're forcibly bred into existence. That's why there's a lot of them, because these assholes keep purchasing their flesh. And they kill, they get their throats cut, and some of them aren't even stunned. They're still conscious when their throats are slit open. You know what? If you're not going to listen to what we're saying here, there's absolutely no justification for that, exploiting, enslaving, and commodifying animals. And by purchasing their flesh, you're supporting it. You're supporting murder. You already said that, and I explained why there is. They have forcibly bred into existence. Trillions of animals die, land and sea animals die for people like you. Yeah, he's not even asking any questions, saying, but there's lots. Those Carter, animals like their life. They deserve to live, not to die for somebody's vapid taste buds. That's all it is, taste pleasure. And you have to cook it and season it to make it taste good. If you ate their flesh raw and bloody like true carnivores do, you wouldn't think it was so tasty. Those animals want to live. They don't want to die. They don't want to have their heads are cut off sometimes. And they're still alive. They're floundering around in their own blood. They're drowning in their own blood. How do you like that? How would you like to go through what they go through? The terror and fear of smelling the blood of the ones that were murdered before them, hearing their cries and screams. Wake up. Choose kindness over killing, compassion over slaughter. I mean, we don't need to be killing trillions of animals every year. Yeah, you need to put yourself in their hooves, so to speak. They don't want to die. They have a short, torturous life. Male calves are either shot in the head right away, or else they're imprisoned in a crate and turned into, for stupid veal. Because those calves need their mother's milk. We don't. We're not baby cows. And pigs are turned into breeding machines. They don't care. The little baby male piglets are castrated without anesthesia. How do you think that feels? They have their tails cut off, their teeth cut down. They're just viewed as things, objects, commodities, not as living beings that deserve the right to live. Just like everybody does. They deserve the right to exist. But we need to stop breeding them into existence. Domesticated animals. Stop breeding them into existence when there's alternatives. It's not that hard to go plant-based, because vegan is not a diet. It's the belief that animals are not here for us to use in any way, shape, or form. Not just as quote-unquote food, but they're not clothing, they're not lab tools, they're not our slaves, they're not entertainment, they're not trends like these idiots that breed these trendy dogs like cockapoos and puggles and all these other ones. Do you actually love deer? Or their flesh? Do you hunt? Are you a cowardly hunter? Or do you actually love the animals for themselves? We have no right to take their life. And hunters are cowards. That's disgusting, Henry. You're an animal killer. You're an abuser. Go out and murder animals in their home. How would you like it if somebody broke into your house and killed you or a member of your family? Leave the deer alone. They're not bothering anybody. Yeah, that's right, Martin. Hunting is murder and exploitation by cowards. Cowards have to use the camouflage. They use like corn to attract the deer so they can murder them. It's disgusting. Just defend yourself. What the hell are you talking about? Hunters are cowards, plain and simple. They go out with their camo and they hide in blinds and murder deer or ducks and geese, whoever else. And those animals have a right to live. That's good. I'm glad you didn't get any deer. Good. Stop taking lives. Save lives. Stop taking them. Animal abusers are not fit to be called humans. That's right, Martin. We just need to leave wildlife alone and stop breeding domesticated animals into existence for profit. That's all it is. Well, your friends are disgusting pieces of shit humans for killing animals, killing deer. They don't want to die. You know, they're just minding their own fucking business out in the forest, and some asshole coward gonna go out and blast them into non-existence. It's horrible. Hunters are cowards, plain and simple. I so ready for Thanksgiving. Oh my God, what crappy grammar. It's disgusting what turkeys go through for idiots to eat. They breed them to grow so large. They're only a few weeks old, when they're murdered for you. This is my channel. I can cuss if I want. It's not for kids. If you don't like what I'm saying, leave. I don't like animal abusers. Don't like what I say? Get the hell out. Hello, Dinesh. Oh, good on you. You got a full tummy. Yeah, full of dead, rotting flesh. Animals deserve a lot more than to be murdered for your stomachs. Like I said, turkeys are only a few weeks old. They're babies. Just like most pigs are only 6 months old before they're put in a gas chamber and have their throats cut. Yeah, I have a right to cuss. It's my channel. I can say whatever I want. It's my damn channel. If you don't like it, then go. Go away. I'm trying to make a point that animals have a right to live and not be murdered by, friggin' cowards. Because that's what hunters are. They're cowards. They go out into the woods and murder animals that are just minding their own damn business. They just want to live. They want to have their families, like deer. The herd of deer. They don't want to be murdered. I've been vegan for a long time, longer than before I know the vegan teacher, and I hate that she gets so much hate from non-vegan, anti-vegans. Animals inspire me. They have a right to live. They have their own experiences. They feel pain. They feel all kinds of emotions, just like we do. Yeah, they do experience everything we experience: love, fear, pain, joy, grief. And we have no right to take that away from them. They already have those rights, and we have no right to take those rights away from them for whatever reason. Don't use animals. Because I'm vegan for the animals. That's right, Martin. And we have no right to take that away from them. Some people are just too stubborn to listen to the truth. They only care about their stomachs. They don't care. They don't have a heart. They don't have a conscience. No compassion or empathy. The cowards that go out into the woods and forests and kill animals. The ones that pay for their chopped up body parts. It's not funny. Yeah, exactly. There's no constructive questions being asked, Martin. You're right. Hi, Veganic Tomato. Good to see you here. Yeah, that's good. The birds can share their seeds with the deer, the poor deer. I'm glad to see you, Canadian neighbor. Veganic tomato juice. Hey, Johnny Vegan Seed. Good to see you here too. Dealing with some cowards that were, one of them hunts deer killer. Yeah, Johnny and Veganic Tomato. This is just an impromptu live stream. I just felt like doing this. That's why I didn't post that I was going to be doing it, because originally I wasn't going to do it, but then I said, oh, why not? Just waiting for those trolls so I can get them. I hate these people, these cowards that kill animals, wild animals too. Like one of them told me to stop cussing. Well, it's my channel. I can cuss all I want because I put it. It's not for kids. So it's my if they don't like what I'm saying, then get the hell out, you know? Try to be nice, but sometimes they try your patience. Because they weren't saying anything constructive. Okay, I'm gonna block. I'm blocking some of these people like that Henry with the sideways laughing emoji, thinking animal abuse is funny. They're pathetic. People like that are so fucking pathetic. Hey, yep. Yep, like I said before, I stand with our neighbors to the north and south against the moron, shitler as I call him. They need to invoke the 25th Amendment and get him out of there. Yeah, I have to laugh at these people telling me to stop cussing. It's my channel. Like I said. Exactly, Johnny Vegan Seed. I tried to tell him, like, imagine, like, you know, the one that was deer goes hunting, murders deer. I said, how would you like it if somebody broke into your house and killed somebody in your family or killed you, you know? That wouldn't be so nice. That's what they do. They destroy families because deer herd is a family. And like with ducks and geese, especially geese, they mate for life. Ducks too, I think. And when somebody goes and kills one of them, they make a widow or a widower out of their mate. They're so pathetic and selfish. That's it. Selfish people do that too. Hunters are cowards and selfish and every other thing. That isn't good. I asked one of them before, why aren't they vegan? They never answered. Did the newcomers hear Sky and Crystal Heath last night on that radio station? They were on there for about an hour. He posted a link on his community post about it. Yeah, pathetic trolls, all right, Martin. Johnny, no, none of my friends here are vegan. And my family, well, what's left of it, my oldest brother's up in New Hampshire. He's not vegan in any way because he used to go hunting too. I don't think he does that anymore for a long time because he's got some form of dementia. But my dad's been gone for a very long time. I'm glad, in a way, I'm glad my parents aren't here to see what's happening to our country. And my other brother is gone almost 3 years. He wasn't vegan or plant-based, I should say, but when I used to go visit him at the nursing home, I'd bring him a sandwich with some of the Light Life deli slices, you know, like the bologna, the plant-based bologna or ham or something. And he liked it. But otherwise, I'm the only one in my family. Yeah, they were pathetic, all right. Selfish, pathetic little cowards. Animal abusing cowards. Actually, the only local people I know that are vegan are the ones that run Beastie Burgers, but that's it. None of my friends around here are vegan. I've tried talking to them about it, but it basically goes in one ear and out the other. Like that one, like I've mentioned before, said it's a personal choice. And I always say it's not a personal choice ends when there's a victim, but it doesn't matter to that one particular friend. Some people are just too stuck in their ways or too lazy or whatever, some damn excuse that they're not vegan. Oh, and that's interesting. Veganic tomato. Well, I'm not into sports anyway. Fine if they booed them. You know, I love my country, but I hate fascist Shitler, as I call them. And I wish somebody would invoke the 25th Amendment and get rid of him. This is not a dating channel, Samuel. Are you vegan? Anyway, that's a question. Just like Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead, they'd ask those 3 questions. I know, it's crazy, huh, Martin? What's extreme and radical is still supporting the murder of animals for quote-unquote food or clothing or any other reason, like these cowardly hunters. Samuel, this is not a dating site. Oh my God, that's funny. I asked you, Samuel, are you vegan? A simple question. The newcomers, are you vegan? Oh. My left hand's going to sleep. I was holding my phone with it. Wake up. Shake it awake. I know one thing, I can't be around. I usually stay at home to eat my meals because if I can avoid it being around people eating dead animals, I will. Excuse me. Need a drink. Dark, are you a vegan? Wow, an hour. Oh, I don't know if I was going to be on here this long. I'm just waiting to see who might pop up. And slaughtering animals is what is extreme. And it's so easy to be kind to them. I need to find a local, I think there's one somewhere, might be a couple around here in Connecticut, some farm sanctuaries. Go hang out with some pigs and chickens and cows and whoever, turkeys even. Whoever might be there, it'd be cool to hang out for a while. Be very relaxing. Like do a cuddle pile with a bunch of piggies. I just hope this Shitler doesn't start World War III with somebody. Well, anybody else got any questions or comments here? I'm going to start talking about food again. I'll probably have another one of those plant-based sausages for supper with a veggie or two. And some more of those blueberries. I've never seen such big blueberries before. Some are about like the size of your thumb. I mean the thumbnail. Yeah, I guess they have, Martin, past their Betty Bye times. They should go into hibernation, stay there. But then again, it makes it interesting in a way. Try to educate some people. I don't know if it sinks in or not, but any of those trolls, feel free to block them, ban them, whatever. Do whatever you want. My mod squad. Exactly, Veganic Tomato. He's just itching to start a war with Panama. Some people don't even understand how tariffs work. I'm like with these 3 plane crashes within a week. That's because he basically got rid of all air traffic safety. Like there was one person that there should have been 2 people doing this one particular job with air traffic safety, whatever it is, and there was only one doing it. And he's blaming everybody, Obama, Biden, the DEI program, everything but everybody but himself. He won't take the blame for anything. He's demented, and he needs, I keep repeating myself, but they need to invoke the 25th Amendment and get rid of his fat, stinky ass. Nobody wants to change those diapers. I mean, we'd end up with Vance as president if this thing gets out, whatever way he does, because he's practically 80 years old, not in good health at all. He's mentally or physically. and he's granted Elon Musk access to vital information like Social Security. There's so much crap going on. It's like it's hard to keep up with everything. It's like you wake up in the morning, what fresh hell is happening? Yeah, he does wear nappies. I think somebody said that he wears Depends, adult diapers. He probably sharts when he farts. I think there was one video I saw where he was farting in the courtroom or somewhere he was farting and people were disgusted by the smell. Because I think flesh eaters' farts are stinkier than vegan farts. Because there's no rotting flesh in our colons, no rotting flesh in our intestines. That's why he looks so grumpy, because nobody wants to change those dirty nappies. Yeah, you gotta laugh about it. I mean, Mr. Poopy Pants. Demented, dirty diaper Donnie douche dongle. Veganic tomato, that's funny. Elon Musk. Yeah, he's a big fat asshole too. I mean, not fat, but literally fat, but figuratively speaking, he's a fat asshole. One thing about it, because he's not an American citizen, he can't hold any office in this country like that. He can't be president, even though people are jokingly referring to him as President Musk and Schittler as the first lady. It seems like a lot of people have asshole syndrome, especially the ones that voted for Schittler. And now a lot of them are having buyer's remorse, so to speak. They're regretting their votes, but hey, that's their own fault. They voted for it. So they got to deal with it like the rest of us. We're going to get screwed, blued, and tattooed somehow. It's inevitable. That's why it's hard not to worry, but you gotta have moments of meditation, listen to relaxing music, and do stuff. Self-care is important, especially nowadays, because we can't sit back and be run over by this herd of assholes. Because some of us, like I mentioned earlier, I'm on disability, and sometimes this person's disability isn't obvious because I have rheumatoid arthritis. I've tried to get a job, but especially now, the past few years, I don't have a car, so if I did get a job, it would have to be on the bus line. And I definitely will not work in a restaurant because there's no vegan ones around here. Not fully vegan ones anyway. I'm not going to be around people cooking dead animals, so that's out of the question. So I rely on my disability check. I rely on the SNAP benefits for food. But there are a couple other places. There are food banks around too, if it's necessary. But not all of them have plant-based stuff. I mean, like the plant-based cheeses and meats and whatnot, they do have vegetables and canned goods. And that one I went to I got soy milk there. That was good. Here I go, inevitably talking about food again. Yeah, me too, Martin. Oh my God, I can't stand the smell. It's just revolting. Ugh. Sometimes I can smell because I live in a duplex. Sometimes I can smell my neighbors when they cook it. Not all the time, but that makes you want to vomit. I know, right? Veganic tomato. I mean, how stupid. Well, we know how stupid Hitler is, but to try to make a country the 51st state, that is beyond stupid, ridiculous. Whatever the word is, beyond stupid. I mean, oh my God. Ugh. A country cannot be a state. It's insanity. Just like, I know it's a minor thing, but he can't even spell the country of Colombia right. He spells it like the District of Columbia. Colombia has an O, not a U in it. Ugh. Wants to start war with Panama over the canal, and everything that comes out of Hitler's mouth is a load of shit. It's like, I know, it's like, what the hell? How can a country be a state? It's ridiculous. That's right, calling all vegans. I hit show. Oh, okay. It should show that another mod handled this. Welcome, calling all vegans. This is my third live stream. This was impromptu. Yeah, I don't want that asshole. I had a dad who was more of a man than Trump, Hitler, whatever you want to call him, would ever be, because my dad was a World War II Army veteran. Hi, Pig's Dream. Welcome to my channel. I'm making all my VFF mods. Be a member of the mod squad. help control the trolls. I guess it'll show up next comments you make. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, you're worthy. You're a vegan. All vegans are worthy. That's why I'm making everybody that I know from Sky's channel and other channels, not just his, but other channels, into my mods to help control the trolls. My mod squad. You're welcome, Pig's Dream. Sometimes I really need to find a legit farm sanctuary and go there and be part of like a a pig cuddle pile. Yep. Why did you retract your message, Martin? It's okay. You can say whatever you want here. We're all VFFs. We gotta stand against the trolls and the biggest, fattest, most smelliest troll of all. Hopefully, considering his age and his health, mental and physical, maybe he won't last that long. I usually don't say that about people, but there are some people that deserve it. And Schittler is one of them. He's irredeemable. Oh, yeah, that's funny how my phone doesn't do that anymore. And I apologized to Jackie before on Sky's channel because, you know, it used to be a source of fun when my phone would repeat itself repeatedly. That was funny. I'd be, you know, I'd be over here on my end laughing my ass off because of people's people's reaction to it is funny. Cracked me up when my phone was possessed. Yeah, it was hysterical, hilarious, and you know, people knew it was my phone and not me doing that spamming. My phone is sentient, I guess, but it's behaving itself. I kind of miss that. But I could always do it on purpose. Purpose. Repeat myself. Trying to think of what else to talk about. These are rice milk chocolate chips. Food torture. I got them in case I felt like making oatmeal cookies, but I don't know if I will. If these survive long enough, I might make oatmeal cookies. I got raisins too I could put in them, but because I use applesauce instead of eggs and bananas, really ripe bananas as an egg replacer. Because in the past I used to make vegan plant-based cookies, and I used to bring them when I was, you know, volunteering with the campaign, and people liked them because I had them in a big plastic container. I had the ingredients, so in case anybody was allergic to anything that was in them, because sometimes I would put nuts in them, like walnuts. Yeah, Martin, food torture. Rice milk chocolate chips. Yummy. Pardon my snort. I mean, when I get laughing, sometimes I start snorting like Chrissy Snow from Three's Company. Yeah, exactly, veganic tomato, because people, that's why I don't watch certain channels like, if there's anything to do with cooking their flesh or anything like that, like you said. Well, see, I have a TV, but I don't have cable of any kind. I just watch my own collection of DVDs. And I'm glad, because the cable bill is something that's not necessary. I got to be careful. Other things are more important. I got some of the chocolate chips. I got 3 little chocolate chips in my mouth. I like to let them melt. One of my favorite shows was filmed in Toronto, Forever Night. That was back on in like the early mid 90s. That was such a good show. Well, I'm kind of fond of vampires, certain ones though. Anne Rice. She was my favorite. She still is. One of my, more modern authors for vampires and other. She didn't just write about vampires, Mayfair witches, other novels. Are there any programs about tomatoes? Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. I love fresh garden tomatoes. There's nothing beats fresh garden tomato. Grown organically. Yum. In fact, I got some little tomatoes that are on a vine from the store the other day. I hope they taste like a tomato, because some of them in the store look like them, but don't taste like a tomato. They don't really let them ripen long enough or something. Just the way they're grown, I guess. But I always wash my produce to, wash off any residual poop from the water they spray on them. Oh yeah, cherry tomatoes are delicious. Hi, Queen of Voice fan. Are you a vegan? I'm from Connecticut. Where are you from? And are you vegan? Oh, that's cool. Are you a vegan? Oh. And I'm asking politely, why aren't you vegan? Well, vegetarian, the dairy and egg industries are still vile, horrible, because in case you don't know, in the egg industry, for example, because baby male chicks can't lay eggs, so they're not profitable, they throw them in a macerator or they throw them in trash bags right after they're hatched. Once they determine their sex, male chicks, and then the laying hens, they're abused horribly to lay more forced to lay more eggs than nature intended. They get prolapsed uteruses, they get broken bones, and their lifespan is shortened to maybe a year and a half tops when their bodies get so worn out from being forced to produce eggs. And then the dairy industry is horrible. Cows are only allowed to live 5 or 6 years tops when they can live into their 20s and even into their 30s because they're raped and their babies are stolen and taken away. And the male calves are either shot outright or they're put in a crate and raised for quote-unquote veal. The female calves repeat the same vicious cycle as their mothers. They're forcibly impregnated. The industry calls it a rape rack. And cows are pregnant for 9 months. And the milk they produce is supposed to be for their babies. Because veganism is not a diet, plant-based is the diet part. Vegans don't believe in using animals for any reason, whether for quote-unquote food, clothing, lab tools, slaves, toys, entertainment, none of that. Yeah, that's right, Martin, there are. Because just 3 simple words, don't use animals. We don't believe in commodifying, exploiting, and enslaving them for any reason. Because there's alternatives to everything out there. And it's easy to be vegan. There's so many plant-based alternatives to milk. Besides, soy, almond, oat, cashew, hemp, macadamia nut milk, even banana milk I tried once a long time ago. And there's coconut milk, there's combinations of them too. So many choices out there. And like, instead of eggs, you can do a tofu scramble, season it however you like with whatever, spices you have available. Delicious. One thing I do here is read labels on food and everything too. I read labels on all other things too. But like with food, it's the obvious ones are dairy and eggs, but there's also honey's not vegan because honey is stolen from bees who need it for their hive. And gelatin is made from the boiled bones and sinews and tendons of slaughtered animals. That's just plain nasty. Then you get whey and collagen, lanolin are also animal derived. But there are vegan versions there is vegan gelatin. I've had it once. Yeah, oh yeah, I've heard of Arvind, animal rights activist, yeah. In fact, I just saw one he did for vegan FTA. I think that was him. I mean, and the leather industry is horrible too because I've seen videos from India too of the cows being killed right in front of their brothers and sisters, and the tanning process is bad for humans too because all the chemicals, they're nasty. It's not good for animals or humans, the leather industry like that. And leather doesn't just come from cows. They use, in other places, they use horse hide. There's ostrich hide, and then the feathers too. Exotic skins like alligators, snakes, lizards, crocodiles. It's horrible. Because to me, it's really disgusting to wear somebody's dead skin. It's just like, which Nazi was it that made lampshades out of human skin? If people find that appalling, they should find wearing anybody's skin appalling, That's why I like, people that new here. I try to educate them like that. Before we had some actual trolls that didn't want to listen, but Queen of Voice fan, you seem genuinely interested in whatever. And I just try to impart not the facts. It's like one of my friends, this is for Queen of Voice fan. One of my friends I've talked to about veganism, but the plant-based part, she says it's a personal choice. But I told her, personal choice ends when there's a victim, and animals are victimized constantly in the food industry, in medical research and vivisection, fur farms, leather, so-called entertainment like zoos and aquariums. Yes, they are victims. They don't consent to any of it. They are victims. Like cows. Use them for example. They're raped. Their babies are stolen. Then after 4 or 5 years, their poor bodies can't produce any more milk. They're sent to the slaughterhouse. When cows can live into their 20s and 30s, which is a fact. So animals are victimized constantly by people that actually do the killing and the ones who buy the food. Yes, it is. They have to artificially inseminate the cows. That's rape because the cows don't consent to it. They don't consent to having the farmer stick their arm all the way up into their vulva to inject the bull semen. It's not consensual. And then their babies are stolen shortly after birth. The male cows are either shot outright or turned into quote-unquote veal. The female cows repeat the same vicious cycle. We don't need dairy. The cows suffer mastitis, having those machines hooked up to their I am not. You're a fucking troll. Get out of here. I'm not making any of that up. It's the truth. And if people, it must be nice living in the land of denial. The truth is so obvious. That is how it's done. Whether it's a small family farm or a factory farm, the cows and other animals all suffer. They could be raised in the nicest way possible, quote unquote, but they still end up at the slaughterhouse after just a handful of years. And if people don't want to believe that, well, that's your problem. Yeah, it's very true what I said to that one person. And I'm not using my imagination. Everybody, any vegans here can attest to it. It's true. If you don't want to believe, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. Cranky vegan. Yeah, that's a funny name. Chip. Yep. Well, thank you. Exactly, Martin. They're hypocrites. That's why I didn't have this for children, because I want to swear, and I'm going to cuss. It's my channel. They're fucking hypocrites. They think we're not making any of this up. It's true. There's documented proof. Look at Pignorant. Look at Dominion. Earthlings. There's so much proof that it's true. People can hide their their heads up their ass and not realize what's going on around them, and that's their problem. That's good. I'm glad, Queen of Voice fan. That's good. Yes, it's don't listen to these trolls. That one troll thinking I'm making this stuff up. No, there's so much proof of it going on, and it's so easy to be vegan when there's so many choices. Like, You don't even have to eat the quote-unquote vegan plant-based meats and whatnot. Fruits and vegetables, potatoes, beans, rice, lentils, most bread. There's, it's easy to be vegan and you don't have to buy fur or leather because they're expensive anyway, usually, but the animals are the ones that pay the ultimate price with their lives. And it's easy to not go to a circus that has animals, for example, or go to a zoo, which is just a prison. An aquarium's the same thing. Just got to respect animals, their rights to live not commodified, enslaved, or exploited in any way. Well, that's good, Queen. And you can just cut out dairy. Like I said, there's plenty of plant-based milks out there that are delicious, and they're actually better for you because the calcium in them is better, because cow milk, the calcium actually leaches calcium from your bones. And then there's plenty of natural fibers and man-made blends like polyester or whatever, but there's like linen and cotton for clothes. There's plant-based leather too, because it's made from skins of fruit. Like I think there's pineapple leather made from the leaf part. I'm glad we can educate you, Queen of Voice fan. That's good that you're open-minded enough and not just a troll like some of these people that were on here. Sometimes I can't help but swear because these people aggravate me. Try to keep calm, but sometimes you got to use strong language with some people. Yeah, there's a lot of vegan channels out there that are good. I like that vegan teacher. She gets so much hate when she's just trying to educate people, People make fun of her. There's so many anti-vegan trolls on her channel. It's crazy. Yeah, exactly, Queen. But sometimes, you get these people like before, they just don't get it. And sometimes you need to use a little strong language. And, I do it because of the animals. That's the main reason I do this. It's because of the animals. Oh, somebody is here delivering something. So I'm gonna be right back. I won't be gone long. I'll be right back. You can talk amongst yourself. I'll be right back. I'm back. I thought somebody was making a delivery, but I guess not. Yeah, that's true, Martin. Not many people actually start out vegan. It depends on their parents. I mean, if their parents were vegans. But I went from what we call the standard American diet to being basically vegetarian until I realized how wrong it was, how cruel. But even when I was a little kid, I knew wearing fur was wrong. So it took a while to disconnect, so to speak. And they have delicious plant-based coffee creamers where you can use it in tea too. Yeah, I get like Planet oat milk coffee creamer. It comes in different flavors, or you can kind. Yeah, that's great, Queen of Voice Fan. We appreciate you doing that. Actually, open-minded about it. Because if it's wrong to abuse a cat or dog, it's just as wrong to abuse cows and chickens and pigs, turkeys, etc. Because trillions of animals are killed, murdered every year, and not just land animals, but sea life, because we're overfishing the oceans at a horrible rate. I forgot what year the oceans will be empty. And like sharks, certain countries have shark fin soup. They cut off the shark's fins and throw them back in the water. And the poor sharks, they can't swim without their fins. And they pretty much bleed to death just for somebody to have a bowl of soup made from their fins. Oh, Veganic Tomato. Great having you here. Thank you. How do I do that? How do I add a donation button? I mean, I don't know how to do that. Because I'm not in this for the money. I didn't want, because I think you have to have 1,000 subs to be monetized. I don't know if that has anything to do with donation buttons. Does anybody know? I don't know how you do that. Because, great having you here, Veganic Tomato. No, that's not what I wanted. I'm trying to figure out here. Oh, bye, Queen of Voice Fan. I'm glad you're here. 2 a.m. there? Wow. Well, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being open-minded. You know, that shows you have compassion and empathy. So bye, Veganic Tomato and Queen of Voice Fan. No, I don't have Chat GPT. I don't even know how to do that. So I don't even know how to. I'd have to look into how to set that up or whatever. Yeah, I agree too, Martin. Good luck, Queen, a voice fan. Good to have you here, because that's what we like. We like people that are actually open-minded enough to listen, you know? And good luck with doing more research. Because you can look into things, don't just take what we say. You know, it's good to look into what other people are saying too, you know? Important to expand your knowledge of the situation. Oh, yeah, I'd have to probably Google it, I guess. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to set that up, and that's how you would get a donation button. But I mean, like I said, I'm not in it for the money. I mean, I appreciate if people want to donate because money's always helpful. But like I said, I'm not in it for the money. But maybe I can ask the computer guy at the library how to do that. I don't know. Or I could just Google it myself and see what happens. I'm glad we had somebody here like Queen of Voice fan that was listening. Those other trolls can go pound sand, like they say. No, I don't know. Oh, I've been on here for almost, well, 1 hour and 48 minutes now. I didn't think I was going to be here that long. I figured just maybe a half hour or something, you know, if anybody, whoever showed up, but made the time pass. Oh, yeah, I'll have to look into setting that up. And it was fun doing those things with AI with those animals putting words in their mouth. If you hear anything, that's my stomach rumbling. I don't know if it's apparent on the other side there, but I had vegan cheese and crackers before. Not really much of a lunch, but getting a little bit hungry, and it's too early for supper here because it's only, what, 3:37 p.m. But sometimes I do like call it grazing. I snack on this and that. Hi, Yenul Eddie. Are you a vegan? Yep. That's good. Oh, that's cool, Martin. Then you're not a vegan if you love meat and you spelled meat the wrong way. That is the way, like, you meet somebody. But if you mean animal flesh, vegans don't eat animal flesh or secretions or eggs, so you can't be vegan if you do those things. Because that's participating in their exploitation, commodification, and enslavement. It's so easy to be plant-based because veganism isn't a diet. Plant-based is the diet part, but it's just the belief that animals are not here for us to use and abuse in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, this is a vegan channel. Carrots are good. Oh yeah, carrots are yummy. I'd rather eat them raw than cook them. I mean, unless I do like a crock pot vegan stew or soup, then they're cooked, but they're good to munch on raw, especially if you dip them in hummus. Hummus is yummy. In fact, I bought some roasted garlic hummus the other day. Makes a good snack. You know, like the baby carrots or carrot sticks, dip them in hummus. Celery sticks the same way. Vegetables are good. Like I love garden fresh tomatoes. When I did have a garden, I used to grow the snap peas and string beans. And snap peas, I'd pick them and eat them right away because they were, you know, I didn't use any fertilizer or spray them, any of that crap on them, you know, any pesticides or junk. So I would just eat them. I'll wash them off with a little bit with the garden hose, but some of them never made it in the house. And the green beans were good. They were nice and fresh. I used to like to eat them raw when I would bring them in the house. And I grew tomatoes. This one kind in particular, oh, they were so good. I tried growing carrots, but it didn't work out because I don't have a big enough thing to plant them in. Yeah, like they say, there's that joke. Yeah, carrots are good for your eyes because you never saw a rabbit wearing glasses. I should probably eat more carrots. Well, I just wear glasses now to read. It used to be the opposite because I'm nearsighted. From when I was 7 years old until I was 50, I wore glasses to do everything but read. Now it's the opposite. Yep, granny joke. Now I need them to read, but not for anything else. I think I'm going to stop. It's coming up. I've been on for an hour and 53 minutes. I think I'm going to stop at 2 hours. Call it a day pretty soon. Got a few more minutes. I got to go get a snack. Talking about carrots, I think I have some in my fridge. Something crunchy anyway. Later I don't know if I'm going to do the sweet potato with the garlic today, but when I do, I'll have to cut little wedges out to stick the garlic in it and bake it. It's so good. I know what Fortnite is, but I'm not a gamer. I've watched people playing different games on other channels, not vegan channels, but before I used to watch. Oh, cows. Cows have a right to live. They're not here for us to exploit and enslave and commodify. Eating dead animals is disgusting. Oh, well, this made the time pass by. I was kind of like a little bit bored here. But yeah, we did good. Exactly, Martin. That's being rude, calling me an old granny. You don't even know how old I am or anything. Yeah, hopefully we did convert in a good way someone to veganism. So that'd be good. But that is very rude to call me old granny. Have a little respect for your elders. Immature. Somebody put user in timeout. I don't like being disrespected on my channel. This is my channel. Yeah, and it's funny because I put this as not for children, because in case I do swear. But then you get this little immature troll coming on here that obviously they are a child. No respect. Didn't their parents teach them any respect for people? Not just their elders, but people in general and animals? I mean, yeah. Just gotta ban the trolls. I'm nobody's granny. Just never found the right person in my circumstances, Just never found well, I think the right one was in Ireland years ago, but that's a long story. So I guess I'll end this now. It's almost 2 hours. Thank you, Martin, for coming, and thank all my VFFs for coming, and Queen of Voice fan too, a potential vegan. And the trolls, well, they can just go back into their caves and stay there. Take care, Martin. Until the next time. I don't know when I'm going to live stream again, but hopefully Sky will be back pretty soon so we can be on his show. Oh, bye. Adios. May the force be with you. Toodles.